The other day while sitting in this very chair, I was thinking, what am I going to do for the channel? I need some kind of content I can produce that doesn't require as much editing or as much filming or as much hard work. And then it dawned on me. Meme review, specifically car memes. So let's just jump right into it. No theme whatsoever. We're just going to go right into it and start reviewing some car memes. These are just randomly selected. I just literally Googled car memes and they started coming up. Apparently there's a third option between burial and cremation. Okay, that's a Volvo hearse towing a wood chipper. Interesting. Somebody obviously watched the movie Fargo one too many times. The defrost will take care of it. Yeah, no, buddy. I don't think so. If you if you think the defrost is going to take care of that much snow, you're part of what's the matter with society. Is there anything worse than a slipping clutch? Yes! Driving an automatic. I agree. I prefer manual transmission any chance I can get it. How fast was this duck going? He just so happened to be perfectly sitting at the end of a skid mark. Funniest thing about this is that somebody actually in the comments took the time to work it out mathematically. Yeah, I mean, you list the coefficient of friction between asphalt and a tire, and he goes on and on and on and on, and he says which is about 190 kilometers per hour or 112 miles per hour. Yeah, I'd like to know what this person's like in real life. I bet you they overthink everything. Next meme. I wish to be irresistible to men. A woman says as she stands in front of the wishing well and throws a buck in there. Poof! She's a 10mm socket. If you've ever had any tools and you know how common the 10mm socket is, or the 10mm bolt is, and how often you use a 10mm socket, you'll understand this. Practically anybody who's ever worked on a car or anything mechanical, and they just always seem to get lost. Okay, I'm gonna remove this bolt. Damn, as he sits on the bench. If you've ever had to work on a car, especially one that may be a little older, you can relate to this. I know I can. Okay, this is a picture of a parking lot. BMW only, and the spots are all over the place. People who can park, people who can park. Yeah, there's a certain stereotype about Beamer drivers. They park however the hell they want, and they don't use their turn signals. As a matter of fact, here's another one. If you ever feel useless, remember that somebody's job is to install turn signal systems at BMW. That again, that plays into that whole stereotype. Why is that? Why is it? Why do BMW drivers have that stereotype? Why not other car drivers? Why is it BMW drivers? Put it in the comments below. Tell me what it is, why you think BMW drivers have this stereotype, and if they deserve it. This one always gets me. Canadian car wash. And it's a big old moose licking the salt off of a car. That's funny. Happy Father's Day to all dads, except for those that can't drive a manual. Happy Mother's Day. It's got a picture of Arnold in his Hummer. Very nice. Although, you know, no disrespect to those who can't drive a manual, you should be able to drive a manual. If you don't want to drive a manual every single day, at least learn how. It's a dying skill that a lot of people just don't seem to care to learn anymore. No burnouts, or unnecessary revving, No burnouts or unnecessary revving. shred my tires and bounce off the rev limiter. There's always that one guy at any car meet, cars and coffee, car show, whatever it may be, who shows up with that big grin on his face, thinks he's all that, and as he's leaving, he just pegs the needle, bouncing off the rev limiter, shredding his tires, and then the cops come and break it all up, and that's why we can't have any fun anymore. Me about to knock out an easy job, the first bolt breaks. Again, that's very relatable. And it's no joke. See what I did there? See what I did? So many times, if you've ever worked on a car, you go in, it'll take me 15, 20 minutes, I'll be done. You start working, 2 hours later, you're still trying to get that first bolt out. That's why left-handed drill bits come in handy. So recently GM had this bright idea of changing their logo to make it something more modern, futuristic, you know, to move the company into the electric car age. So someone wrote this one. Ford, let's make our Mustang a 4-door and electric, and we should also make our trucks less truck-like with an electric motor. Chevy, we should make our C8 Corvette an electric hybrid. Also, we should change the logo to move into the electric car age. Dodge, bumps coke off a stripper's ass. We could put an effing Hellcat motor in an effing minivan. And that is so typical of Chrysler. While everyone's worried about all these other things, here they are just dropping a Hellcat motor in anything, whatever. Just Durango, Hellcat motor. Grand Cherokee, Hellcat motor. Just drop it in whatever you can. And I kind of like that. Kind of like the guys at Chrysler. I wonder what a staff meeting would be like there in Auburn Hills. In case you didn't know, Bearskin Airlines in Thunder Bay uses a Dodge Neon with the roof cut off to move luggage. Are you kidding me? It doesn't look photoshopped. It looks real. And I mean, hey, what a way to keep a car going and make it useful. Although, why couldn't they just use anything else? Why was it just parked there in the lot? Somebody parked it and never came and got the car, and they figured, what the heck, let's chop it up and use it? I don't know. I have no idea why they would do something like that. Moving on. When you can't afford the delivery fee, but you got a car and your buddy has a dolly. This guy's sitting on the trunk of a Pontiac Sunfire, holding the dolly, which has a fridge, what looks like a fridge strapped to it. I mean, I know delivery fees can be expensive, but come on, man, they're not that expensive. And just thinking about the disaster, they obviously didn't think this through. You're gonna have to make a turn at some point. And I don't know if that's going to go over well. Technically, it'll go over. The fridge will, at least. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, man. Spoiler alert. Ouch. That's got to hurt. It looks like there's some kind of drifting competition, and this guy's got a huge wing on the back of his 350Z, and he slid a little bit outside the line there. Hit the wall with the back end of his car, and some poor bastard in the face with his spoiler. Oh man, yeah, I hope he's okay. Moving on. Friend, why do you shake the shifter every time you put it in neutral? Me. It's the law! If you've ever driven a manual car, you'll know. It's better to be safe than sorry. Shake the shifter, make sure it's in neutral, because if you let go of that clutch and it's not, and you don't mean to move forward, the car can move forward quite quickly, and if there's anyone in front of you or anything, you're gonna nail it. Wow, what's up with these manual memes. They're just all over the place. You said you could drive a stick. The smell of burning clutch plate proves that was a lie. Oh man. Uncle Maury. Great. Spider headlights. Two guys jumped the guy. Automatic. Another two guys jumped the guy. Oh, 04 owner. And the entire crowd jumps the poor bastard. Now, I don't know what it is about GTO owners, the 05 and 06, because they have the 6.0. They tend to pick on the 04 owners because it's only a 5.7 liter. But what I want to point out in this one is that if you look, you'll see there's a guy in his wheelchair in every single one of these. Well, in the first two, he's sitting in his wheelchair watching from afar. But when the 04 owner is called out, it looks like he's the first one. He got up out of his wheelchair and he's the first one kicking the guy's ass. Oh man. Well, I think that about does it for today's meme review. If you have any memes you'd like me to review on the channel, follow us on Instagram at AutoAvids313. Use the hashtag CarMemeReview. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. And as always, drive safe. See you next time.